Yes,
Be
sir.
very quiet. We woke up Trigger Trey from a nap. What's up, Trigger? What's up,
good?
You
everybody?
late, my guy? You late?
I'm
Yeah,
good. Good.
welcome to another episode of the Birds of Broad Street. Listen, y'all, we got some breaking news, but before we get to that, man, I am your boy, Mizzy Miz. Episode 34. My bad. Episode 34 of the Birds of Broad Street. Your boy, Mizzy Miz, Cool Cat County YouTube, representing the Birds of Society. Sorry, I'm excited after this move. We'll get your reactions. All of you will bring you guys in after we get to ours and triggers. One half of Birds in the Line, the Aftermath, the Woked Up, Turned Up, OTR, One Trigger Trey Rock.
Yes, sir. We got some stuff to talk about, man. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The owner of Bird Game Nature Sports Media, Jalen Freaking Hurt, #1 fan, the chairman of the board, Bird Gang 31.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am
There
excited.
we go.
Let's get to it.
And the man, and the man who should be at WrestleMania as a wrestler, man, his name should be Mr. Warm It Up, though. Seriously. The man that warms it up every single day. Philly Notion Gang. Let's get this show on the road.
Warm this thing up, gang. Hey, Cool Cat, you know darn well I ain't trying to be no kind of a wrestler. But hey, listen.
But you're the hype man.
Was lit. It was definitely lit. I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all ever got an opportunity to put on WrestleMania on your bucket list, definitely I encourage you to do it. It was definitely a fun event. So, but forget all that because y'all know we got some news today also. And I'm kind of happy. I just stepped back inside, fresh back from the trip. So warm this thing up, gang. You know what time it is. You know who you rocking with. It's your boy Philly Notion, Birds of Broad Street. Y'all already know we coming at y'all. Hey, let's check the 4K on them though. Hold on.
Check it.
Lambo. Check that up. Ring. Check. Y'all know we still in there, gang. If y'all new to this ride or my brother's channels, y'all already know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Because y'all know we rocking with it. Hey, we did get some news today. I don't know how y'all feeling, but we gonna talk about it. Y'all let us know in the chat too what side y'all on. Hey, is this good? Is this bad? But the Eagles, we getting busy. So let's go get it, fellas.
Hey, first off, happy birthday, Rock the artist, man. Happy birthday to you.
Bless Eagles happy Day. Birthday, my
I hope
G.
you are enjoying
Happy
it.
birthday. I hope you enjoy it. But like Notion Gang says, we got some breaking news in the Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Philadelphia Eagles have traded their 18th, the 16th, the 19th, and their 6th round pick to the Saints. In exchange, the Philadelphia Eagles has received the 18th overall pick, the 101 third round pick, the 237 7th round pick. We're going to get to the 2023 first round pick in a bit, and the 2024 second round pick. Listen, Howie, I don't agree with everything you do, but in my opinion, way to go. Way to go. You did good this one time. Congratulations. Now do some more in the draft. Now my reaction is this. We're building the present and the future with these 2 first round picks, Eagles Nation. We still got 2 first round picks this year. That's my reaction for that. My second reaction is this, and some people are going to like it. Some people are going to be shocked about it when I say this. This is it. This is it. 2 things are going to happen this next year. Either it's Hurt season, the Hurt business booming, or it's Bryce Young season. One of them going to happen, and it's all depend on Jalen Hurts. It ain't depending on Nick Sirianni. He's coming back next year. It ain't depending on Devontae Smith. He's coming back next year. Yes, it's a team sport, but those 2 guys are coming back. The Dallas Goedert is coming back. Howie Roseman is coming back. Jeffrey Lurie's the owner. Miles Sanders, we don't know. The point is, some of these people is coming back. The question is, will Jalen Hurts come back? That depends on him. You got, because I'm saying it again, NFC East, favorable. Weak, but favorable. NFC, weak, but favorable. Your schedule, same thing. Weak, but favorable. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: Jalen Hurts, 8-7. You gotta be higher than that. NFC East, yes. Winning a playoff game, yes. Getting past the divisional round, I hope so. TikTok, you got until next April to show us that you're either a franchise quarterback, because I see you doing the gritty with Dallas Goedert in Southern California. Great. How about you do some more moves with that, please? Because I want you to be the franchise quarterback. That's me. I got your jersey, I got your shirt, but I also believe in this right here. Sorry, I got green around my house. I got Zach Ertz jersey, I got Deshaun Jackson jersey, I got Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith. The point is, first, yeah, it fell, my bad. But this bad boy right here, first, player second. So why lift this up and find out what the heck's going on? No Shagain, your fault.
Hey, you already know. I'm telling you right now to keep it simple. Again, I expected from the beginning the Eagles will probably only have about 2 draft picks this type of a draft. I didn't really honestly see the Eagles picking all 3 picks. This move pretty much confirmed it. Again, this is vintage Howie. We know how Howie gets down. This is the type of GM we have where he does like to finesse draft picks. He likes to reach out to teams to try to, put us in a position with, years out. Howie Roseman's a forward type of a thinker. I know some of y'all that's probably in y'all's feelings because, again, I know we need the talent. And, yes, having 3 first-round draft picks, that would have bolstered this team, son. But at the same time, look, the long-term vision, Howie also knows it ain't guaranteed for Jalen Hurts to completely thrive this year. Let's go ahead and just put it out there. I know what we hope. I know what we all want. I want Jalen Hurts to take the reins this year. But if for some reason Howie Roseman always has a backup plan, and that's one of the things he's bolstered with this trade value, if for whatever reason it doesn't work out with Jalen, I already see my guy in the chat. Was it showing up talking about Stroud 2023? Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Again, we got those options now with now having. When we get the number 18 pick from the Saints, we still got the number 15 pick from the Dolphins.
I'm gonna let you see it right here. There it is.
Oh, there it is. So we got the number 18 pick from the Saints. I think we still got the 15 from the Dolphins.
Yeah, we still do.
I'm telling y'all right now, listen, if Howie Roseman could work this draft like he needs to and he should, which again, by the things of it, he's actually trying to make this team better with the long term and the short term. So, again, I'm a fan of it. I like at least, we'll see what picks we make with these picks. It still ain't over, but I do like investing with the years coming down also. We already got 2 first-rounders next year, regardless of how the season is. We also got the Saints, I think, 2nd round 2024 pick. So, again, I like the move. I like the forward vision of this thing. Hey, we got to see how it rocks, but I'm good, fellas. Again, I didn't expect for us to have no 3 picks this year. So I'm not losing no sleep because I only expected to pick 2 anyway. So I love the move. I salute Howie for it. Well done, my man. Well done.
Exactly. Well done. Well done. Trey, thoughts?
All right, so my first glance, I hated it. I'm not even gonna lie. First glance, I hated it because I felt like
before you went to sleep.
This was before. All right, so,
sorry, Trey.
I hated it.
Sorry, Trey.
So much.
Sorry, Trey.
I hated it first glance because, I mean, in all reality, I mean, this was like a dream scenario for us. 3 first-round draft picks.
Facts.
I mean, 3 dudes you could get, 3 cornerstone dudes you could get to stick on your team for 5 to 10 years. I mean, I feel like it was a smart move now that I actually broke down the details a little bit. It's like, I mean, now we got 2 first-round draft picks this year and 2 next year. So, I mean, say if Jalen does ball out something crazy, I mean, and he gets to that point where we want to extend this dude, now you got the option to put more talent around him too. So,
Facts.
I mean, you can look at it in a positive or a negative, but I mean, either way you try to spin it, because like a lot of dudes probably was thinking like me, like, damn, we could have had 3 first-round draft picks. We could have put some talent on this team. We could have. But then you look at it like longer down the line, it's teams up here like in all reality, it's gonna be damn near impossible for us to beat. So I mean, it's like, I mean, once they start to die off, we can still be one of those teams that's strong in the NFL. So it's smart when you look at it that way. But I can see it how other people see it too, to be honest. But I'm fine with it now that I sat down and really broke down the details.
All right, Bird Gang. I know you got a lot to say about this, so
Man,
go ahead, let it rip.
I'm disappointed a little bit. You know, like Trey said, this is your chance to make cornerstone players part of your organization for the next 5 years. Straight up. You ain't got to worry about playing these guys. People keep talking about the salary cap. You ain't got to pay these guys for 5 years because they're all first-round draft picks. You don't have to pay them all in the 5th year. You know what I'm saying? You can spread that out. Pay one a little early, pay the other one a little later, and pay the other one, you know, franchise tag them. Do whatever you need to do in that situation. But like you said, man, first glance, I really hated this. You know, like I want more weapons. That was a way to get 2 top-notch defensive players on our defense, plus add another offensive weapon to our offense. You know what I'm saying? So, but like a lot of people said, you know, there wasn't going to be 3 picks. I wasn't on that bandwagon. I was hoping he uses all 3. But now seeing that he did trade it away and looking at the trade, it does keep us built for the future. You know, how he's making sure that, you know, he covered his own back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So next year, if Hurts is not the guy, like you guys said, we can draft another one. You know, we can draft another quarterback. We have 2 first-round picks, and that's all it costs us to move up and get him. But if Hurts is the guy, guess what? Next year's going to have some weapons, too, coming out in the draft. We can go ahead and draft 2 new weapons to add to our arsenal and keep going. Howie said that this was not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not in all-in mode. So now you're saying he's building for the future. And this move today really showed future building. You know, we get 2 first rounds next year. We get 2 second rounds the year after next year. And who knows what's going on in 24. So it was a smart strategic plan. And we also got weapons. You know, maybe we don't even use those picks. We use them to package together to move up, move down, trade for a player, make this team better.
Yeah, man. Like when I heard about this, I was like, wow. Like, really? And then when I thought about it, I was like I was like Trey. I was like, what? You gave up your first round pick? What? I was shocked at first. I was even shocked to make a video about it. But then when I thought about it, I was like, okay, it can work. But it has also pushed pressure on Jalen Hurts. I want you, we can blame Nick Sirianni. We can blame Howie Roseman. We can blame Jeffrey Lurie, even though he's the owner and he don't do much, but it is what it is. You can blame Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders. You can blame Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. You can blame Miko's Nation. You can blame the mayor. You can blame Swoop. You can blame Joel Embiid. I'm just putting all in the context because there's only one person that's going to get this blame this year, because if you succeed, no problem. 2 first-round picks next year, build around you. If you fail, there is 2 good quarterbacks out there. Bryce Young, CJ. Everybody's going to want a quarterback next year. Trust me. So I was shocked because I was shocked. Then I slept on it. Well, I didn't really sleep on it. I thought about it, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I'm going to tell y'all this because I understand the initial shock of it all, right? You all of a sudden hear the Eagles traded away, you know, their first-round draft pick. Of course, yeah, everybody, at least if you're a fan, you instantly thought, what the heck is going on here with this? I mean, we need to be picking all the resources we need to pick. But once you take a look at the overall value from it, I mean, again, we are getting the Saints number 18 draft pick this year. We're also getting a 3rd-round pick from the Saints this year. So we already got 2 3rd-round picks, you know, off of that alone this year. Also, we're getting their first round draft pick come next year, which if you ask me, I think the Saints are going to be cheeks this year. So we might be picking in the top end again come next year, just off of that alone also. So again, I like the value. And then also getting the 2024 second pick. So when you put it all together, I think the Eagles definitely won in this trade. Definitely time's going to tell. The job ain't done yet because we definitely need to see who are we picking with these resources now. It definitely still needs to be a defensive focus. We've all talked about that. But again, I'm going to tell you, I didn't think that this trade was happening before the draft. I thought the Eagles, if we were going to make a pick, it might have been on draft day or something like that. But for us to go into the draft, knowing exactly where we are, again, I like this move. I like the value of it. So that's just where I'm at. Blame it on Swoop, like Connor said, if you in your bag right now. But at the same time, Howie, he's trying to cover himself. Because again, if it don't work out this year with his quarterback he chose, more likely he's going to be gone up out of here, I would hope. And hopefully we get somebody up in here that does know how to make these picks. So, hey, that's where I'm at.
Hold on, let me ask you a question real quick.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we seen the Philadelphia Eagles extend Howie even before all this process right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like if he didn't get that extended contract, he comfortable enough to make this trade right now?
Do I think he's comfortable enough to make the trade?
Like make this trade that he just made right now? Because this trade right here is like this really kind of trade that get GMs fired. You get me? It really the kind of trade that get
the kind of
GMs
trade
fired.
that said I'm gonna be here.
Yeah, this the kind of trade that's what I'm saying. If you think he didn't get it extended when he got extended, he'll be comfortable enough to make this trade right now.
Our first guest up here named Sam. What's up, Sam?
I'm gonna say,
what's up, fellas? How's it going?
What's
Yep, go
happening,
ahead,
Sam?
Kelvin.
What's going on, my G? Hey, look,
Glad
I'm gonna
to be
tell you
with
real
you
quick,
guys.
just to answer that for you, Rock. I mean, yeah, I think you're right. Honestly, you can't feel comfortable. If he didn't have his extension and have that security moving to years beyond, I don't honestly know if that trade would have been made. I could say that honestly on here also, just because, again, everybody knows it. Howie Roseman he's critically getting evaluated this year. A lot of these moves he made previously, they're still being determined. So with him not being extended, I don't think that he would have made this type of a gamble to say, hey, we're just going to kick the can down the road. But again, I mean, when you look at the overall value, I mean, I'm sure there's some other GMs that would have did the same thing, extension or not. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think that he would have felt as comfortable. I still think he would have did it because that's just what Howie does. He's a gambler. He's going to go out there and make it happen regardless. Forget how us Eagle fans feel. He's going to do whatever he feels he needs to do. So, regardless, I think he would have did it. Comfortability, I mean, I don't think he would have been as comfortable unless he got that extension, which he already got. So, he's good.
Right.
Sam, what'd you think?
I think this was a great trade, and I think there's more reasons than one. I mean, obviously, this gives him insurance in the situation that Jalen Hurts doesn't pan out. But if Jalen Hurts proves him right and does pound out as a franchise quarterback, we got guys like Fletcher Cox, Darius Slay, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. I mean, a bunch of veteran guys we're going to need to think about replacing over the next couple years. So these picks are going to be extremely valuable, even if it's not towards a quarterback.
I like
Well
it.
said.
I like
Well said.
That was really good because that was a whole nother angle I didn't even look at before. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
We got all
honestly,
these key
I didn't really
veterans
think
that
about it
we'll
either.
put on, and we have more ammunition to replace them a lot faster. I like it.
Yeah, for me, the answer to the question, if this is Howie Roseman we talking about, so for me, he would still do it because he, just like Jalen Hurts, the pressure of his job would be on the line because this would have been his last year if he didn't sign that 3-year deal. So I think he would have done it because this is Howie Roseman we talking about, and the pressure to get this right because the NFC and the NFC ain't gonna look like this next in 2023 or 2024 or ever. It's not going to look like this. It's not. So I think Howie Roseman was desperate. He wasn't really desperate. I think he really wanted to make this move for insurance because I'm looking at Total Access right now. They're talking about the trade now. Jalen Hurts, he sees Jalen Hurts as a diamond as a rough, and he thinks, okay, if he succeeds, great. 2 first-round picks. If he fails, Bryce Young and CJ. It is what it is. Rent's due in a big way in 2022. So that's my thing about it.
And I think Sam said it perfectly. I mean, honestly, look at the talent. Again, we got like a revolving door here of aging talent that eventually we got to replace. So,
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. We got to use to build this team up moving forward to stay strong. We need to work it through the draft. At least that's what I believe. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of, and I know teams have done it. We've seen the success blueprint of just going out there and buying these agents and, you know, free agency and things. But I honestly believe that we need to build it through the draft. And with these players that we got that are going up out of here, like my man said, Fletcher's about to be gone. We all know that. Jason Kelsey's about to hang it up. We need to start addressing those issues and start plugging those holes. So again, I get it. That's a long-term vision plan. A lot of the people that wanted the instant reactions or the instant, you know, I want all 3 players this year to come out starting. I get that too, but we got to address the long term of this team. And like Sam said, I agree. We got players that's about to be out here soon that we need to replace with some great talent. So I'm willing to wait for that down the road, 2023, 2024, just so we could stay in a contending phase. So, hey, I love it.
All right, so
I do. Go ahead.
no, I was saying, all right, so even if like this my concern right here. Even if Jalen Hurts, I mean, he could play average to above average this year. If we go in the draft next year and get a quarterback, we starting over. I don't care how you try to spin it.
Oh, yeah.
We starting over.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, I mean, like this, that it was a big gamble. Like it was a big gamble. It's like because we go get a quarterback, CJ Stroud, Young, any of them dudes, we starting over.
Yep.
We starting over, and I mean, who knows how long it's gonna take for us to even get back to the top. So it was definitely a gamble, man. I mean, I hope Howie know what he's doing. To be honest,
The other side of it is like you said, if he does tear it up this year, if Jalen goes out there and ball like we know he's gonna ball, you know, if he goes out there and he's the leader that we want him to be and puts up the numbers we want him to put up, you know, a lot of people are looking for weapons, but you know, those same people looking for weapons got to realize, you know, you guys cried all year long that Jalen was missing all these throws, you know, and if he actually hits all these throws that you guys say that he's missing, you know, we have big numbers. We have the offense that everybody wants. So it's like you might not need so many big name people or any, you know, as many big, you know, position type players on our roster for us to actually develop. If these guys keep developing, if Jalen takes that next step as quarterback, if the receiver takes that next step, but the receiver, we're actually sitting pretty nice. And coming to next year with 2 first-round picks, you know, even not draft a quarterback, now you're sitting here again. You know, you look at the number of actual, you know, first-round picks that are actually great. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of them are actually great? You know, not very many of them. So instead of having 3 this year, you know, maybe one of them be great, the other one's all right, you know, you kind of lower that number, and hopefully your scouts get you to 2 that are good this year, and we can go back next year and come out and get 2 more ballers to add to that roster.
Yeah, again, like I said, the NFC is wide open to a fault. There you go. The NFC is wide open to a fault of the Rams and the Buccaneers. It ain't going to be that way again. The NFC East, Giants, don't get me started. Washington Commanders, don't get me started. And then, of course, there's these people.
Hey,
You
don't that just make you want to hug a cow? That makes you want to just hug a Cowboys fan, let them know it's gonna be all right. Psych. Hey,
You
listen.
better win this
Cap
division, Jalen.
City.
You
Hey.
better win. Stephen Jones, hold on, y'all. Stephen Jones is basically blowing up the Dallas Cowboys. Randy Gregory gone. Amari Cooper pissed off. Dak Prescott got to do it with a broken down Michael Gallup and an up and coming CD Lamb. You better win this division and conference. That's all I got to say about. Hey, that's all I got to say about.
Hey,
about
I
Go
think
ahead, Noah.
Dallas is actually I'm just saying I think Dallas is actually coming back. Some people, I'm gonna tell you this right now, they're actually becoming leveled and getting humbled, and it's naturally happening. Again, I was just at Dallas, but just got back here today, so I was at the stadium, and it was so funny to hear at WrestleMania. They're asking these Dallas fans, everybody out there, is Dallas gonna win the Super Bowl this year? I ain't never heard the area so quiet. Oh my gosh, everybody was on hush. Everybody, I think, finally woke up out there. They know they ain't coming with none of that kind of business right now. So, again, Dallas is humble. Hey, the energy's changed. The Eagle fans, I still think some of us, we naturally believe. But Dallas right now, oh, hell no. They ain't no part of no Super Bowl, nothing right now. So, I was loving all of that when I was out there. I'm going to tell y'all that right now.
Exactly, man. Notre Dame went to WrestleMania. Exactly. Notre Dame went to WrestleMania. While we wait for you guys to come up, and we're going to talk about the Saints. And speaking of which, we got somebody, the Birdman himself. What's up, Birdman?
Birdman.
Birdman.
Building.
Where's the
What's up,
baseball
guys?
bat at, man? Where's it at? Where's the baseball bat?
I still need my
Right-
baseball bat, man.
right up
There
here, right
it
up
go.
here.
Baseball bat.
There it go.
There you go.
Baseball bat.
Let it out, man. How you feel about the move? How you feel about the trade? How much pressure does Jalen Hurts is in? Let it out, my brother.
Yeah, I'm ready to hear this one. I know Birdman about to go in. Go ahead,
He's
bro.
about to go off. Go ahead. Floor's yours.
All right. So you guys know I'm like the ultimate Jalen Hurts critic. I am the ultimate. You guys know what's up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But as of lately, listening to you guys, everybody's been coming at me and all different ways. So I've kind of like had a little bit of change of heart because I think I'm kind of putting all my focus on Jalen, but I need to put my focus on two other gentlemen. And number one, I think it's at top. I don't know, this is going to be debatable, but I think I need to focus my energy on Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman because when I saw Doug Peterson with Jalen Hurts, I saw a different Jalen Hurts, and that's why I fell in love with Jalen Hurts because I saw the potential right then and there. And then it just seems like we changed coaching, We're here today, and I feel like this is a different version of Jalen Hurts. I'm not so sure that Sirianni and the Hurts marriage is going to work out. I don't know because it's still, we got to see what this happens this year. But I'm having difficult doing that because I think Howie is just kicking back in the recliner and he's just like, go on, Jalen. That's what you get. You got that. And I'm not going to do anything else. I just did this big blockbuster trade. I see a lot of Eagle fans happy. I'm not that happy because that means that I have to wait. And that could be whether Jalen gets more. I mean, I don't know how you want Jalen to get better if you're going to leave the room like that. I don't get it. This don't make no sense. And now that I see that he didn't want to spend that money, now that's making more sense. He don't want to spend no money on Jalen, even to get pieces around him. He's like, no, I'm content. Let's see I'm going to put this on Jalen. Let him make some magic happen and stuff like that. But I feel that that's not a right thing to do. But I just hate the whole he's got something in his back pocket thing. And we all Eagle fans, we have to wait because I don't think he's going to go even pick up the phone to call DK, Debo, whoever, somebody. I mean, shoot, I'll call T.O. right now. The thing that is messed up,
Calvin
guys.
Johnson out of retirement.
Yes, sir. Go get CJ.
The
And
thing
Big
that
Play
is
plays
messed
in the
up,
building. What's up, Sly?
Yeah, Slay's all. Slay
Go
be
ahead,
throwing.
Berkeley. What's up?
I saw Slay throwing a parade. He's super excited, but he's got to explain that to me. But my thing is that we are going to be denied on seeing the potential of Jalen Hurts. Even if you do like him or you don't, we are going to be denied if he leaves the offense like that, stagnant. And don't try to tell me that Pascal is going to be the next TO. I ain't buying it.
Nah, I don't think nobody's buying that, Birdman. I mean, honestly, you're right, bro. I mean, when you really look at it, it does come down to, is Nick Sirianni, is he going to put this offense in a situation to succeed come next year? I mean, but you got to look at, it's the whole front office, really, Birdman, when you look at it too, because I'm not the biggest Jonathan Gannon fan. Just as much as Nick Sirianni could fail Jalen Hurts, Gannon can fail this whole team. And the defense, again, I mean, you ask me, I thought we were average last year. I didn't see a whole bunch of excitement on, I couldn't say that our defense had me excited last year. It was a bend but don't break mentality. We played soft, just don't let people score over the top on us. I don't like that approach. But at the same time, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like, as far as the Nick Sirianni, how we gambled on that too. We didn't know nothing about Nick Sirianni's coaching structure before he came here. And he put a lot of trust in that. But I cannot deny the fact that at least Nick Sirianni did have us in some type of contention this year. We at least made the playoffs. I didn't think we'd be that good to even, kind of towards the end of that. We built the strength that we needed to make the playoffs. And for that, I mean, Sirianni saved his job. So he's going to get another crack at it. But I get what you're saying. We're putting a lot of faith in Nick Sirianni, hopefully getting the best out of Jalen. And if it don't work, hit the reset button and get them all up out here.
Let's get Slay. Let's hear from Slay. Go ahead, Slay.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me just take the time to say, Birdman, I always love your opinion, man. You always come from a different side, and I love that about you, man. But this is where I'm coming from. The only reason I love this move is because not only do you have 2 first rounders, I think in the next 2 years, right? You get a first round next year and another pick in next year's draft. So you have 2 first rounders in next year's draft. You have 2 in this draft. So
hold on, Slay. No one listens to Boys for Life. He only wants us to. You do realize your owner, Stephen Jones, is destroying your. Do I gotta play the clip again? Come on, Boys for Life. Don't make me. But go ahead, Slay. Don't do it.
Yeah, but what I was saying was you get a pick next year, and this all helps us out because we don't know if Hurts is the guy. Like I've been sold on him for a little bit here and there. He showed me flashes, but there's also a lot of times in this offense where he gets really stagnant, as Birdman said. Like he gets into those moments where he's just not a good quarterback, and just as a quarterback, and you take out the mobility. As a raw quarterback, he's really not that good. So he has to get better this season in terms of making the right reads, and his pocket presence has to be better. Like this dude's pocket presence is so lazy. Like he has to get better. And I hate saying it, but
I know,
lazy. Like sometimes he's so the feet gets really stagnant, and it's not Wentz but sometimes he gets just out of rhythm, and it kind of controls the completely takes the flow of the offense. And I don't want a quarterback that's going to be like that constantly every year. So what the Eagles did here was they got a pick back next year, and you're not going to take 3 picks in one draft and 1 first round. You just can't do that for contract reasons for other players. You just can't do that. So if for next year, it helps us out because you get a first round pick. You have CJ Stroud, Van Dyke, and Bryce Young all in next year's class. If Hurts works out, you have a lot of talent in that class next year for receivers that you can go get. So I'm happy with this move. I thought Howie did well in this move.
Trey, I know you want to respond.
Let me rebuttal that real quick.
Go ahead, Berkey. Go ahead.
Birdman.
Birdman, I'm sorry.
You know what, Slay? You know what Slay has advantage of this whole room is he's young and he can wait, but we don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. I don't want to. I want some action now, especially if we touch the playoffs. So I want repeat and more. So you're telling me I gotta wait, and I don't want to wait. So that's all I have to say.
I
Go
mean,
ahead, Trey.
I understand that, bro, and I want to win as much Super Bowls as we can, bro. I'm trying to stack up on this defense. Howie's making us patient, but I see the plan of vision here, bro. I see the vision. Come on, bro, man. You just got to
So,
get on.
Birdman, let me ask you this real quick, because evidently, I know, you sad because we didn't get the 3 immediate instant picks, but with having those 3, does that change our outcome from this year to next year? I mean, like, with having those 3, does that guarantee us we are doing something this year versus having
this is what I was thinking. With one of those picks, we could have traded for bait for a receiver, because all I wanted to see was what it would look like with Jalen Hurts. So if you have a veteran receiver or a DK or whatever guy you want that's going to make him better, I just wanted to see it once, because now you took the opportunity away from us. We're not. You know what? One guy. Look what Debo did to the Niners, dude. He changed. He can just change the room. If Debo goes to Philly, we're talking about a whole nother thing. A whole nother thing.
But
more talent now. We like the guy that came on first. What was his name? Jay Shady or something like that. The guy that came on first, he laid it out for us. You know, we're gonna have key veterans that's not gonna be here next year that we gotta replace anyway. You know what I'm saying? So those picks that we just got, they're just really replacement picks. You know, as opposed to building on to what we have now to try to go win now. You know, those are replacement players. We got to replace Fletcher. We got to replace Slay. We got to replace Kels. We got to replace Lane Johnson. We got to replace all these key veterans. And moving the picks down the line can help replace them, but it doesn't really add to our team.
And
even with the hold on.
I didn't hear from Trey yet. Go ahead, Trey.
Even with the Debo thing, like Birdman just said, I mean, Debo could be a special talent, but it took that coach to use him in that special way. You get me? So, I mean, even with
Salute to Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I feel like, and I know people not gonna like this, but I feel like we can kind of use rigor in that Debo Samuels rule. It's like, I mean, use him out of the backfield. I mean, you got to get a little bit more creative with this dude because he's not a conventional wide receiver.
Trey, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? What did you say?
Bro, I'm telling you.
No.
Like, you stick Jalen Reagor.
Go ahead, Trey. Finish up.
I promise you, you stick Jalen Reagor with a Kyle Shanahan, a Sean Payton, the dude is going to thrive. I promise you, because they're not going to ask him to do nothing he's not good at doing. They're going to find his strengths and use it to their advantage. So that comes down to coaching too. You can't just line Jalen Reagor out there as a wide receiver. We already know he's not that good of a route runner. His hands are like not that great, but he's a physical dude. So you can probably play him out the backfield, probably give him them reverses, stuff like that. You got to learn how to use a dude like that. I mean, just like how we learn how to use Nelson Aguilar, you got to learn how to use a Jalen Reagor in that same aspect. So I don't feel like dude is like completely trash. That's why, like, Philly give people a hard time. Philly give people a hard time, bro. It's like it's crazy.
I feel like he's mental. That's all mental thing with Jalen Reagor. It's not an athletic thing. Like, he's good enough to play football in the NFL. I'll say that straight up.
He's not a good receiver though. Like I understand what Rock is saying, but from where we're trying to come from, it's either gonna have to be a trade or we're gonna have to cut him, and he has to go to the right team for himself because as a receiver, he's not really that good. He just sucks. Like,
but I don't think so. I think he's pretty good. You wouldn't be first round.
Here's my thing about. Hold on, Slide. Let me respond to all that.
You can't even say he's been pretty good, and that's how we judge these players. Off of
I know. I'm just saying, like, we haven't used him right either. Like, Nick, that was his first year being head coach, offensive coordinator.
I'm gonna stop you right there, real quick, Bergen, because we didn't use him right. Reagor had opportunities wide open, make the daggone catch. So that's not.
I'm saying while he's
being a scheme thing, bro. Like, he just. I understand the talent's there with Reagor. But for whatever reason, he's not putting it all together right now. Whether you want to put that on the coaching, but I saw coaching where Rager was wide open. This is what I saw. And this man dropped this business, just dropped it straight up, you know. And one of the things I get that he's always going to get the comparison to DK and all this other stuff, you know, all the players that we overlook for him. But at the same time, look, Rager, I'm having a hard time. I'm with you, Slay. I'm having a hard time seeing how he's just, you know, that talented of a receiver. I ain't seen it yet. I ain't seen nothing from Rager that shows me he's ready to at least take that kind of a role on this team.
Yeah,
For me,
I see it a little different though. It's like you gotta look at it like this. When Rager came in, Alshon went down, a couple dudes went down, so he was forced into that starting role from the gun bus. It's like it's even with Devontae, he's forced into that starting role. We have no veterans on this team to help these dudes along at all. And then you stick them in a city like Philadelphia where they're gonna hate you. You drop one pass, they hate you. You drop one pass, they hate you. So I mean, that's definitely wear on the dude mentally, bro. I'm not even.
Jalen Rager's great for the Eagles.
That's terrible. You got helping out with
Cap.
this man or something.
old cowboy in the building. What's up? How's Stephen Jones doing? How's Stephen Jones? How's Stephen Jones doing? By the way,
That's what I'm saying though. Like, I agree with Rock. I think you can use him for jet sweeps and like slants and stuff to get him like going. But what is
you gotta
like,
get the football in this early.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
what they
as a
do with
receiver-
Debo though.
But
If you
as
watch
a
the
receiver,
49ers offense, that's what they do with Debo. Everything is getting the football into his hands first and letting him go. I feel like that'd be a great role for Rager, but you gotta have receivers ahead of him. He's gotta be one of those dudes you roll off the bench and just put the football in his hands and let him go. He's not gonna be a number one and number two. That's out of the picture.
facts.
That's out of the picture already. But you can find a role for this dude in his offense.
Yeah, he just can't work in our system. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Bertrand.
I just feel like we gotta get his mental side taken care of first.
Nah,
he has to-
Bird,
He
look
has
at
to
the
stop
Bucks
that
game.
first.
Look at the Bucks game.
And he gets the
can't even be on
opportunity in
press
our
coverage.
system to make these plays, but it's all mental. You know what I'm saying? This guy's mentally blocked. You know, it's really affecting his game right now. Like if he can get that mental side
I
out
want
of
to
the way,
respond to all that because for me, it's like this, and I'm gonna pass it to Birdman to respond to all this. For me, it's like this because I'm about to pull up Jalen Rager's numbers, and I'll give you guys it after Birdman talk. It's like this. If I like Jalen Rager. It's like Jalen. I like Jalen Rager. I want him to succeed. I just need him to catch some balls. That's all. That's me. But let's say you trade Jalen Rager. Let's say he gone. That's another first round pick, another first round mistake that Howie Roseman made.
The genius.
It's another mistake that Howie Roseman made when you should have got, and I get it, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, witches was bitches, we all be rich, Justin Jefferson. I get it, we didn't get him, we got Jalen Rager. But if Jalen Rager fails, if Jalen Rager is traded, if Jalen Rager balls out on another team, Howie Roseman is proving to the world you shouldn't be drafting. Because Justin Jefferson was right there. And you didn't even pick him. So as much as after the Giants game, I was pissed off at Jalen Rager. I still is. But I also understand if he don't ball out, if he fails, if he balls out with another team, Howie Roseman shouldn't be drafting. Period. Go ahead,
I
Bird.
think he should be.
No.
If he does ball out, that just means our coaching staff and our people that
that's
are
more
supposed to
coaches
get these
than
guys
Howie
prepared, not
Roseman.
the guys. Because if he goes to another team, that means he was a good player, and we just should utilize him right while he's on our team.
But you look, guys, you gotta look at it though. Look.
Go ahead, Birdman.
All right. I'm gonna make my last point and I'm gonna dip out, but I appreciate you guys having me on. But I want to try to get some when we can later. I want to get some one-on-ones with you guys because I love to pick all your brains. Bird Gang, Philly, just hit me up. Especially Trey Rock. I got a lot to tell that gentleman. I picked that brain of yours a little bit. But
Hey, Birdman, Birdman, if you need me, you know where to find me. I'm always here.
Man.
Just hit me up, bro.
I'm gonna be in Vegas representing the Eagles with Philly Sports Guy on Friday.
My
for
man.
elite super fans. I'll be in costume. I'm gonna hold it down for Eagle Nation and stuff. There's gonna be all kinds of super fans there, so I'm really excited to represent the Eagles and all you guys. Are coming. I'm gonna bring the camera just like when Notion was at WrestleMania. I'm gonna be like that, man. You should have went on stage, man. Calling out Howie
Bro, I
Roseman.
was waiting for a moment, man.
No,
But
it ain't gonna be no
security was in
wrestler.
that
You already
thing, bro.
told me. You already told me. No, you can't even be no
Howie
wrestler.
Roseman,
You
if
already
you
told
bring
me.
your Rudy Poo candy ass down
Right.
to and let me land
We
the
ain't getting
smack
you
down
flag,
on your
Birdman.
candy ass.
Birdman. Come on now. Don't say that. But go ahead, Birdman. Finish up.
Yeah, so just everything has to step up. Miles Sanders, he's on the hot seat because no touchdowns. Whose fault is that? Whatever. We could debate that up and down. Quez Watkins with 1 touchdown, 647. Dallas with Jalen has dropped 1 out of 3. That's not going to cut it. Jalen Reagor, 299, 2 TDs. Gainwell had 5 TDs, which is an upside. I think he needs to play way more than Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders might go back a notch just because we need to keep him healthy for the whole season. So you got to put KG up unless you're going to get another running back. So there has to be a lot of changes in this offense. And if Sirianni doesn't, Sirianni's going to be on the hot seat too. If he makes this offense look stagnant again, where it's like up, down, this ain't going to work, man. Even we could look at the years later and stuff, but we hired Sirianni to do something, not to be an errand boy for Howie Roseman, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I don't know necessarily if he was all in on Jalen Hurts, because in the beginning of the season, it seemed like he's like, here's the rock, I want you to throw it 40 times. That's not really a game plan. And if you're asking the fans to hold up picket signs and say run the rock under center and all that, that's not a good look for the coach, man. You can't have the fans dictate what you're gonna do, because that's a losing mentality. We're not gonna get nowhere with that.
I don't even feel like it was
point.
that though. Hold on, Slick. I don't even feel like it was that. Nick Sirianni was brought over here to coach Carson Wentz. That's what it was. He was brought over here to coach Carson Wentz. To be, in all honesty, that was the offense he wanted Carson to run, and then we had to flip it up because Jalen and Carson is 2 different playing styles. So I feel like he's going to be a little better this year, man. Going out, really picking and choosing the plays he wants Jalen Hurts to run it. The offense.
Let me rebuttal that real quick. And wasn't it weird that the Tiger King Gardner Minshew comes in for one game, be it was the Jets, but didn't it seem like the offense was a little bit nice?
It was.
I'm telling you, I was just chill. I wasn't even really like worried about the game. Like I thought, okay, this is gonna be a bad game. It's his first game after so many games. But once I saw Minshew was a little comfortable back there, and I'm like, wait a second, you could dial up something for a different quarterback in one game, but you can't work with Jalen. See, that's the question.
Effect, remember? We were able to dial up so many better plays for Foles than we did for Carson. That's why we won the Super Bowl. We would have came with the same plan that we had for Carson that playoff. We probably wouldn't have even never won.
That's the Jets defense. So
before you go, Birdman, I'm sorry, it's like before you go, Birdman, let me give you Jalen Reagor's numbers for the 2021 season. Receiving 33.
We already know his
numbers.
Yeah, bro.
It's hard.
Yeah, I got my laptop right now. I'm going to tell y'all.
Trash bag. The stats was garbage. Hey, look.
The only thing I'll say was 2 touchdowns. Go ahead. I'll see you later, Birdman.
Couldn't even get off.
All right, man. Peace.
Hey, already,
Fly.
Mike. Look, I like that
fly.
again because we already know again. Nick Sirianni, we had to charge last year to it being a learning year for him. So he was learning his personnel, learning, the players that we got on this team. This year, we ain't going to have that excuse. So, again, I understand, Jalen Hurts did have a different skill set than Carson Wentz. I don't think, honestly, Nick Sirianni, I don't feel that way, that he came over here with the specific goal that he was coaching Carson. Because, again, we saw where Carson was going. It is what it is. We know he was mentally checked out. And I honestly didn't see, Carson coming back from the way that the situation was. So I don't think he came over here, with the goal in mind. But I think he came over here to say, hey, look, I need to learn my personnel and try to get the best out of what I have. It took a while to learn that, apparently, coming out the gates with our run game. But once we found it out, Sirianni got better. So Again, there ain't gonna be no kind of excuses this year. This ain't no learning year. This is a go out there and get this job done this year. Jalen's job is on the line. You know, a lot of other players. So again, Sirianni got to show us something this year. But I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't buy this Rager business y'all talking about. It's burning my ears right now hearing Jalen Rager and Deebo Samuel in the same sentence. I'm sorry, but I just don't see it from Rager right now. He got to show me this year. Otherwise,
But
hey,
look,
y'all know
We got Kenny in the building. What's up, guys?
Hold
What's up, guys?
on. Look at this real quick, though, Cool Cat.
Hmm?
Even if Traylon Burks getting drafted this year, he's the same mold as Deebo Samuels. Jalen Rager, the same mold as Deebo Samuels, bro. If you find the right coach to really get that out of this dude, I feel like he can. I ain't even gonna say a star in this league. He could be a Cordero Patterson in your offense, for real.
But you know
You
what
see-
the difference is, Trey,
What?
between Debo and Rager? Debo can actually get off press coverage, and he's not really that much of a great just receiver. He's more of like that jet sweep, like just like he'll give you those like big plays, but he's not like the best receiver, if you get what I mean. Not like Cooper Kupp, but he's a good like player to have in your offense because he gives you everything.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Big
But
Play.
he said that's what it is. The coaching.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly.
he-
He's not
we
going
want
to be a number
every
one,
single
number
game.
2. He probably won't even be your number 3, but he can be a dude that can be. He can be a game changer for you. You get a ball, you give him 4 or 5 touches a game. I'll guarantee you, he's gonna play way better. He's
And we
not
want
gonna be out
every
there.
single game. I know.
He's not
all
gonna
you
be out
guys-
there
literally
running
change
routes
his
like
role,
Jerry
though.
Rice. Like he's not gonna be out there running routes like Jerry Rice. But I mean, you got to find ways to get this dude involved in this offense.
You literally have to change his role, though. You have to turn him into a running back because if he can't get off press
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he
That's
can't get
exactly
off
what I'm
press
saying.
coverage though. Like if he's not a receiver that can get off press coverage, a simple press coverage, then what other team is gonna go out there and like really like look for this guy? Like who's
But you do understand Cordero Patterson was a wide receiver when he first came into the NFL, right? He couldn't run routes for nothing. He was a kick returner. They used to use him in like bubble screens. He could not run a simple NFL route. But if you can move him around the field, though, you can hide him. You could bring him out of the slot, put him up against linebackers, safeties, stuff like that. Now he's not going against cornerback. He coming out the backfield. He's going against a linebacker, a safety.
I just see
Bro,
that.
you can find mismatches that really. You got to really be a smart offensive mind to really have a Jalen Rager.
I agree with what you're saying. I don't know, man. I don't think there's gonna be a team out there. Like if you're saying if there's one team that would do it, it's gotta be the Niners. Like I don't even know if the Niners will do that because they got Debo.
But I'm saying,
It's
but
gotta
he's
be
saying too, like we just need to develop our offense in general. Like we seen that happen in the Detroit game. You seen him run those jet sweeps and get like 12 yards to carry each time he did it. Like he does have potential. You know, he's made enough plays to know that if you scheme this guy right, you know, you can get some big plays out of him. Like you look at guys like, you know, teams like the Patriots, like the Niners and stuff, they use lesser talented receivers and get them open. That's a scheme thing. That's what the coach has to do. The coach has to be up to par, you know, with how to get these guys open as well as them actually being great receivers. Like that helped them get into it. Even if you talk about a Cordell Patterson last year, Cordell had better games when he started running the ball first. You know, off the jet sweep, off the running, and then he went out to receiver. Those were his biggest receiving yardage games he's had is when he started out hot, you know, running the rock, getting the ball in his hand early to build that confidence, and then letting him shine at the receiver spot.
But Patterson really knew he couldn't play the receiver position.
But he did.
played it here and there, but
Yeah,
He
nice yards last year too.
though.
yeah, he knew he couldn't play it, so he just moved to running back because that's his primary role. I think it could work for Rager, but like I don't know. It's got to be like one team that like is like solidified with this guy because I don't even think the Saints would do it because they don't got Peyton no more. It's got to be like
It can be us though. It can be us. He a first round draft pick. It's like it can be us. We can be that team that bring that potential out of him. We
But
just got to learn
But
how to
Aaron
use
Moore
him.
had the
Made
guy
him a
though.
first round pick, bro. He's
Aaron
not
Moore-
no
here's my-
first round pick.
But
That's
we
what-
picked him in the first round though. That's what I'm saying.
We gave
Here's
him
my
that
question
pressure.
though.
The
Here's my
jury's not
question
out.
though. Here's my question. If Aaron Moore had the guy that can help Jalen Rager be the guy that we want him to be.
I ain't seen Aaron Moorhead develop a wide receiver yet since he been on the Philadelphia Eagles.
No,
Like ever. He never reached down and pulled no wide receiver up. Devontae Smith was already a dog before he got here. Quez Watkins, we seen the potential. He didn't reach down and grab none of these dudes. JJ Arcega-Whiteside should be better than he is right now. Even if he's not going to be great, he should be way better than he is right now. He shouldn't just be getting put on the field to be a blocker, bro. Aaron Moorhead ain't helped nobody out.
Our
That's the
offense is
problem.
revolved around yak yards, not bubble screens and like jet sweeps. I don't think that's Rager's like suited fit. Like I think what Sirianni showed us, like his offense is more like yak yards. That's why we added Zach Pascal, because even though he's not like the biggest receiver in the world, he'll give you yak yards. Like sometimes he's inconsistent with the hands, but he'll give you yak yards after his catches, and then something will come after that. With Smith, it's literally the same thing. He's just a really good receiver. And then you get Quez Watkins, who's one of those like really good deep threats on the outside and can play in the slot. I think we need just that X, and I don't know if Rager fits in this offense. If we're doing jet sweeps and we're a yak yard type offense, it can't work.
exactly, Slay.
But that's
And
only
then
if
you
we're
gotta-
running the same offense we ran last year. Our basic thing is that we got to upgrade that offense. We got to add more plays to that offense. We need to do more things. And if we're doing these more things, that would include incorporating Rager into these packages too, in terms of the jet sweeps, in terms of the bubble screens and whatnot. We just didn't do none of it really last year. I know I'm not the only one that watched it every game. It was like, hey, man, why not watch every other game, the games that came on before and after? And they're doing all these cool plays, and we're sitting here doing the same exact plays over and over again. That's developing in your coaching staff. That's development in your offensive coordinator.
You can pull up John Doe's comment.
Predictable.
You pull up.
So
John
my thing
Doe?
is this: why are we constantly having to change the roles of these wide receivers we have? I mean, what do you get drafted for as a wide receiver? To run routes, create separation, catch the ball. We ain't drafting these players to be no running backs. We didn't draft JJ Arcega-Whiteside to be no blocker. I mean, we were trying to convince ourselves for a point in time, hey, JJ might be a better tight end. I mean, we need to stop with that whole philosophy. I'm sorry. Again, Rager, he might be a good, gadget type of a player, maybe somebody like a Cordell Patterson. It is what it is, but we didn't draft this man for that. We drafted him as a number 1 draft pick to go out there and catch a ball. And I haven't been seeing that consistently from that number 1 pick. So, again, I get it. It's still too early to just cancel this man out. We do need to see some more from him. But to just go out there and, say that we need to change his roll up, try to have him more of a gadgety player. No, he needs to be a wide receiver, figuring these things out, getting the job done. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to see him as no gadget running back. I'm not trying to see him full-time, or see JJ full-time as a blocker / tight end. We need receivers up in here in Philly, and we ain't seen no kind of development. Like you said with Aaron Moorhead, we ain't seen that yet. So, again, I want a bona fide wide receiver up in here that can catch the ball. And we only got one, and that's Devontae Smith. Quez Watkins, he's finding the juice, but he ain't got it yet. And everybody else is straight suspect. So, again, I just want a wide receiver up in here.
That's major, though. That's major.
I feel you, but at the same time, we wouldn't be all praising guys like, Debo if the offensive coordinator wasn't able to, make an offense line up with his talents. That's at the end of the day, you just want to get the best football players the ball as much as possible, regardless if it's receiving the ball, running the ball, tossing them the ball, whatever way we get the ball in their hands.
The football in his hands.
Yeah.
Look at John Doe's comment. He said Kenny Pickett could be a top 5 quarterback after year 1. I disagree with that completely.
John is one of my trolls that want to come up here. You're getting your wish next year, John, if Jalen Hurts don't succeed. Okay?
Crazy. I think Pickett could be a top 10 quarterback, top 12. He's more like Derek Carr. He's not gonna be great, but he'll get you the job done. I don't think he's gonna be top 5 though. That's stretch. That's a reach.
Facts.
So the question is, I'm not even going to ask who won the trade because we already know that. The question I have is this, because I wanted to ask everybody this. Howie Roseman didn't do despite this, despite this, congratulations, Howie. We still need a wide receiver. We need some more pieces on the defense. You know the honey badgers out there, right? You know AJ and Jalen Hurts are cool friends. You know they're talking on Instagram. Maybe it's cool, maybe it's not. I guess they friends. You know he's trying to recruit AJ Brown, right? Howie, you still got some more stuff to do in this free agency / draft. So I ask you guys, are you what thoughts on this free agency so far? Grade it. What kind of grade would you give it so far? Because I would give it a C- because outside Reddick, what have you done for me lately? Like what you done? DK Metcalf is still out there. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts are buddy. They trying to contact each other. Honey Badger's still out there. What have you done? What have you done? So y'all can go ahead and grade that. Notion?
You giving it the C-, bro. Now I'm gonna have to. Look. I think what we're doing. You know, I say a little above average. I'm gonna give it a B-. Again, I like the moves. I like the trade. I like that we're not out here, you know, overpaying some of these Asian players.
The only reason why I'm saying a C-, I'm sorry. I'll give it a B- like you. I'm sorry. But go ahead.
Oh no, you good, bro. I mean, look, some people, I get it. Some people don't think we did enough. I get that too. Like, I mean, I understand we probably could have put out some kind of a bid to, go get Devontae Adams or, I don't know how we ended up in the Raiders.
I already know we wasn't going to get him, but you never know.
And then you got teams with like unlimited spending money, it seems like, because I don't know how the Rams. I'm sorry, I don't even mean to detract off of that, but I don't even know how the Rams keep continuing to add all this talent.
They backload.
I mean,
it could be worse.
I don't know.
It could be the Giants.
Nah, they just backload on their contracts.
What the Rams
I'm
do,
just saying, the Rams got unlimited spending. It look like
what the Rams do is they backload contracts. I mean, they bring dudes over there that they not even worrying about the people no more. They just want to win the championship. So
Facts.
I mean, they doing it the right way.
They don't
they know what they got to do, and we ain't following that blueprint. So again, I like the patience that we're having with this. I like the trades that we did to try to hopefully address some of these long-term concerns we got. Now, again, we didn't go splashy in this free agency period, but again, looking at this as a whole, I'm gonna give it a B- just because, again, I think we're standing the course. It all makes sense. Ain't none of these moves that we're doing ain't like they're making, not making any kind of sense. I love the Hassan Reddick signing. I love the Kazir White signing. I ain't the biggest fan of the Derek Barnett extension.
Don't get me started with that.
Oh, no. Again, it is what it is. I understand it. We don't have a deep rotation at DN to just be getting rid of DN. So I get it. We need somebody, at least Derek Barnett. I understand he's got a motor. I like his motor. I like his energy, but I hate his discipline. So hopefully if we can get with that, Barnett ain't gonna, he's not I'm just gonna say he's a slouch, but he needs to work on his discipline this year. And if we can get that in check, get a couple other DNs up in here, our D line should be decent. So again, B- for me. The whole free agency period, we stayed patient. We didn't go out in the first wave, splashing and making all this noise, making headlines. Hey, we're making draft trades now. I like the way we're going. So it all makes sense. I'm giving it a B-, but we still got work to do. We still got holes to fill.
Yep. Try.
All right, so I'm gonna have to go B. I'm gonna go solid B because I feel like it's more we could have done, but I feel like he addressed some of the major needs that we had. I mean, with the linebacker position, what we said all last year, I think we got the worst linebackers in the league. That's all we said all last year. He went out and got some dogs at the linebacker position, the Kazir White, Hassan Reddick. I still want to know what we doing with the safety position because we haven't signed Rodney McLeod yet or re-signed Anthony Harris yet. So, and then the other side.
Well, we signed Anthony Harris back.
Yeah, we got Harris back. Yeah, we got Harris back.
All right, bet. All right. Well, we still haven't like re-signed McLeod or because I don't trust Kayvon Wallace. I mean, the dude hasn't really been on the field enough for me to trust him. So
all he does is talk.
We're gonna have to address that safety position. I mean, that second corner position. There's a couple more needs we probably could address in the draft. I mean, that's still to come. But I feel like Howie Roseman just sitting on some of these deals, it kind of made me happy because these dudes was asking for boatloads of money. Like, I mean, the most average wide receivers in this free agency was asking for a boatload of money. So, I mean, we could have spent it and got a good one, but I mean, I just don't want to leave room for where this year we say, oh, we still can say, oh, Jalen Hurts ain't had no weapons. I want to see if this dude really the guy or not this year. And I don't feel like we put enough around him to really determine that. Like, I mean, the throwing can get better and stuff like that. I mean, the accuracy, he missed a few open dudes and stuff like that. But I still don't feel like we put enough talent around this dude to see if he's really the guy or not. I mean, and with how he making this move that just passed, I feel like he really don't feel like Jalen Hurts the guy. So, I mean, I'm gonna give him a solid B though, because I feel like he addressed some of the problems that we was having last year, and we just gonna go from there.
Sly?
I agree with Rock on this one. I'm gonna give them a B too. I personally feel like the players that we got were just really good scheme fits. And I completely agree with like just a lot of big time players in this like free agency class, and I feel like it's more sort of like those like smaller names that we got in here and they'll give their effort and try. And we're paying Hassan Reddick $15 million for 3 years, and he's been one of the best defensive ends statistically, and as just a raw defensive end the last 2 years. With the Panthers and before with the Cardinals, he was really good. And now you bring him to us, and you expect him to be in that Avery role. Drop back linebacker or a guy that can pass rush. I think it's going to be more pass rush, but Kazir White, another good signing, helps us the outside. I honestly think we're going to go Dean here in that first round and then go receiver, or we take a defensive end and just don't go linebacker in that first round, which I hope doesn't happen, but I can see that too. But I'm just loving this free agency so far. Yeah, there was a couple players that slipped up. But we also have to remember if we can't pay anyone in the rookie class this year for contracts, and we're trying to like always get the big score with the free agency players, the big name ones, then what money are we gonna have? Like we gotta like use our money right. Like you can't just go out there, shop money here, throw money here, and just keep on throwing it to everyone. You just throwing money around. So you got to use that money right and, get some players that can fit your team. And, you can still pay your rookies. And I think that's the road how he went through.
Yep. And Bergen?
Yeah, I agree with what you guys are saying, man. I think if I had to grade it, I'll say like, B plus in that range too. Because like you said, like all these moves made sense. The White made sense. We got a star linebacker, a future star linebacker, someone that's on the uprise, he hasn't even hit his ceiling. Last year he had his best year with 144 tackles. He's a monster out there. So hopefully he's going to get better and better each year. So we got him right at the right time where he's not going to cost too much to get him on the roster. Right there at the right time where he's re-upping off his rookie deal. So that was a really good pickup. Both of these guys, him and Son Reddick, they're both local guys. You know what I'm saying? So now they get to play with family members and friends inside the stands, which, on their former teams, they weren't really able to do things like that as much. You heard Hassan talk about, this is a blessing, him being able to have all his family members and friends all come to the game, all come watch him and support him. And that also bring out a better Hassan Reddick on our team than before on, the Panthers or the Cardinals. Pascal, like I always been saying the whole time, we need people that can catch the ball. And he only dropped one pass in his career, so it's like he's definitely that guy we need to add. He's a veteran. He knows the system. He had his best years with Nick. That was nothing but a plus for our receiving core. Is he a 1 or 2? No. Is he a 2-3? We shall see, because he has also not been in the league long enough to say, this guy's just a 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Like he still can work his way up to being a number 2 or a number 3 receiver if he takes care of his business and these other guys don't step up. And then the last thing you got to realize is like we had a completely young offense in general. Like all these guys were young, You know, and if we're gonna do that with Jalen Hurts, we might as well not just stop with Jalen Hurts. Let's do it with all these young players on our team. Let's really find out, sit back and find out who's the ballers on our team, who's not the ballers. And I think if we start, overfilling them up with free agency, you won't really be able to tell who is actually going to be good, who is good for our team moving forward. And we got a lot of young studs, especially our offensive side of the ball. There's a lot of young players that are in their development mode. Let's continue to see how they develop, how we got us some more ammo for later on. And if they don't pan out, we know which ones we're going to have to replace.
Should we trade for Brandon Cooks?
So, we got the coach. What's up, coach?
Dante, bro.
Dante.
Dante.
What's good, family? That man right there in the top right been hiding from me ever since my Rocky beat this nest. He been hiding from me. Yeah, he know it. Bye, neighbor. How y'all doing today?
Hey,
Dante.
you already know, my G.
Yeah, what's up, Dante? Go ahead and give us your thoughts. By the way, Colin Cowherd just tweeted, the Eagles would have won the trade if we knew how to draft well. So, go ahead, Dante.
So, let me ask you this real quick. I know we got the coach in here, too. I want to hear it from him. But honestly, it's like if y'all need a measuring stick to kind of see how the Eagles are doing in this free agency, honestly, y'all let us know in the comments, too. NFC East-wise, I think we've got the best draft grade in this free agency. I think we're the only team in NFC East right now that's probably done something positive in this offseason. It may not, again, I know we still got holes to fill, but look at these other teams that look straight lost season right now. Dallas is losing more talent than they could retain. You got Washington out here reaching for, our quarterback rejects. We got the Giants don't know what they're doing half the time. So right now, again, I think the Eagles are doing what they need to do, and I think we at least got the highest grade in this division, at least when it comes to this offseason.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, hold on. Let me answer that notion because Washington, they got Carson Wentz. Congratulations. Carson Wentz. Do y'all want a cookie? Congratulations.
You get Mr. Happy Feet, and he would do a lot of Happy Feet things.
Exactly. Giants, don't get me started. Y'all laughing stock. And Stephen Jones is blowing up the Dallas Cowboys. Amari Cooper gone. Randy Gregory gone. Michael Gallup is banged up. Dak Prescott going to the
They had to do that, though. They had no choice.
I know. Well, we're going to see if Dak Prescott is the man that everybody says. So I think we're doing a great job. But go ahead, Coach, react to this.
Like I say, man, I just, I get a trade, a B, like I said again. But other than that, I want to win football games. That's all I care about, man. I want to go into 2022. I just want to win football games, man. I don't want to be 9-8 again or 8-9. I want to. Now that we had a rebuilding season, we ended up making the most of by getting to the playoffs. Now it's time to get past that first round. It's time to get past that first round. Now it's time to get more players to come in and help this team out on the defensive side of the ball. What if it's on the offensive side of the football? So, I think we didn't do too much this year. But again, like I said, man, I just want to win football games. That's all I actually care about. And I'm just focused on this team get improved better. I don't want another 9-8 season or 8-9 season. That's not progress. I want to see some progress. And if we had that, we're not making no progress. That means nothing has changed. That means Jalen Hurts is not improving. Nobody on this team is really improving. I want the progress of this team. So other than that, whatever we get. But I understand that. But I just want to win football games. That's what the focus is at for me.
And I guess that's the true question. Are we doing the moves to try to get us to that point? And I think we are. We haven't done anything, in my opinion, to say we're going backwards. So
yeah.
I want to ask y'all a question. And this, because I'm glad Dante's here for this one, because he's a Texans fan and an Eagles fan. And I've heard that Brandon Cooks and teams have been calling about Brandon Cooks. Devontae Smith, he can play the X and just be the one. If you put him on the lot, you put him stretched out at the one or stretched out on the X, let him go deep, let him go intermediate. He can play that role too, and just let Brandon Cooks go deep. Do y'all think we should trade for Brandon Cooks?
I'm saying nah. I'm good. I'm passing on Cooks. Sorry, not buying that one. Again, and I know we ain't the team to be really, down talking on wide receivers and things like that. But no, I think we can get a way much better talent than Brandon Cooks right now. How many teams has Cooks been on now? Is he on like his third team, fourth team? I don't even know.
Fourth.
Fourth team? Nah, I'm good. Again, I think Pascal. I mean, we got a veteran presence, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, I think we can get a way better talent than Cooks. I'm not settling for no fourth, fifth-year journeyman type of a wide receiver. Not having it. Nope, I'm good on Cooks.
It matters how much it cost and what we gave up for him, for real.
A 4th-round pick or a 3rd-round pick is literally all they want.
I give him a fifth.
I mean, look,
I ain't
Cooks.
going.
With Cooks, he kind of fit the mold of all the wide receivers we got already.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like we
He's a
need
playmaker.
We need
That's what we need. More playmakers.
We need a. I feel like at this point, our X should be a bigger body dude. That can really win those 1-on-1s, those 50-50 balls and stuff like that. Because why would you have the same wide receiver in 3 different ways? Like it don't make sense. Like, I mean, Devontae your possession, Quez your speed. Now you need a bigger body dude.
But look at it too. Like, look at the Patriots all year. They had the same receiver. Wow, when they had Welker, Amendola, and all those guys, those are all the same type. If you scheme them up right, you get them open. They handle their business.
Didn't the Patriots have Cooks too? Wasn't Cooks on the Patriots?
Yeah, he was there too.
Remember the hit?
Remember Malcolm Jenkins murdered him?
Yeah, he knocked him out. Pretty much knocked him out the game.
He knocked him out.
Yeah, but I got 2 scenarios on this one. The Eagles need a bigger body. They need a bigger body type receiver. But one thing I'm gonna defend on Brandon Cook. That means.
Yeah, we getting an echo. I don't know where it's coming, but
I don't know where it's coming from, but
Someone called me. My bad, y'all. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm gonna defend Brandon Cooks on this one. He has been a journeyman, but 6 out of his 8 years, he's been a 1,000-yard wide receiver. He's put up productive numbers. So for the Eagles matchup, they need a bigger receiver. For the Eagles, they need a bigger receiver. I feel like if it goes into the draft process, Treylon Burks will be that big type of receiver that they need to get a big body type wide receiver. That's what I feel. Or if they get in the second round, a Christian Watson, another big tall body receiver that they can also use as well. But Brandon Cooks, for any other team, I think he will be fine. He has been productive with 6 out of his 8,000 yards receivers. That's pretty consistent. That is pretty good. But the Eagles, for the Eagles side, they do need a bigger body receiver. They don't need.
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
No, I get what you're saying. As a body receiver, they need a bigger body.
Yeah, I get that, but like I'm saying, like if you put Devontae, and Devontae could play the X or the 1, as I said, like he could play X, you could stretch him out to the X, and you could have Brandon Cooks lined up on the opposite side of him, just going deep. And you could go in intermediate, and you could still have Pascal on those little yak yards, those little bubble screens. You could go Rager in the backfield. You could do a lot of things with that offense if you have Brandon Cooks there. Like I get that it's not.
But
receiver.
I'm not trusting Pascal to stay healthy. That's the reason why the Colts kind of shifted him away. He has not been able to be on the field all the time with the Colts. He's he's an okay player when he's on the field, but the problem is he's not on the field, so I can't actually depend on staying on the field.
That's why we got Watkins.
I do like Cooks in terms of receiver. Like I think if we didn't have to give up a lot for him, I don't think his contract's too expensive. He could work in his offense. It's just like, yes, we do need a bigger body receiver, but we do got Pascal, and that is a bigger body receiver. That can't catch.
We got BL in the building. What's up, BL?
BL in this thing. What's up, bro?
How we all doing tonight, fellas?
Good, BL.
We good. Foss, go ahead, let it out. Foss on the trade, Foss on the moves. What's up?
I mean, a lot of draft picks were involved. 8 draft picks involved between the two teams, between the Eagles and the Saints. Honestly, I think the Eagles won this trade because even though the Eagles gave up 2 of their first-round picks, the 16th and the 19th, and a lot of other draft picks, we still ended up getting the 18th overall pick from the Saints. if the 18th overall pick from the Saints was not in that trade, then the Eagles would have lost that trade because we would have only been working with 1 first-round pick. But we at least still have 2. But Howie Roseman must, and I repeat, must use these picks wisely.
I agree.
Yeah, because
Completely
here
agree.
comes Colin Cowherd. I can hear him because Colin Cowherd said the Philadelphia Eagles would have won this trade if they knew how to draft well. So my question is, with 2 first-round picks this year, with 2 first-round picks next year, do we trust Howie Roseman to make
Yes.
these picks?
I trust him.
We have to.
You
We
have
ain't got no
to.
choice.
Right?
I mean,
He's
he's our
our
GM,
GM.
so we gotta
Yeah,
roll
Don't
with
do it till
it.
you don't.
Everything we've seen from him, like tell me like Howie Roseman hasn't finessed 2 teams in the last 2 years. Like he's literally
Exactly.
finessed 2 teams in the last 2 years, and he's done it really well. He did it to the
Oh, cool
Colts.
cat, love
They
it.
have a really good GM. They did it to the Saints. The Saints got desperate, and we nailed them, and we fleeced them. So we do that, and now we have to bank on if Hurts can be a good quarterback or not. And he's shown upside, but he's also shown times where he gets stagnant. He doesn't look the right. He doesn't have the right reads. He doesn't scan the field. He has troubles everywhere sometimes. But I also feel like Howie Roseman can get the quarterback position right next year if Hurts isn't the guy for us. Like we have C.J. Stroud and Van Dyke next year's class.
Bryce Young is also going to be on
Bryce
there.
Young too. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like there's so many quarterbacks that we could get next year that literally fit our offense and can
Right.
take that offense to the next level. Like
But big play though. How interested are you in winning this year? To be honest, this year, next year, the year after that, how interested are you in winning?
10, and our conference isn't really that good.
So you
What I'm
expect that Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, one of them dudes to come in and just take us to a whole nother level. The first year they step on the field.
I think Bryce Young, he might be a little overrated because he had a really good offensive line, and I need to see one more year with him. But I think Stroud and Dyke, I think if you give them a year to work in this offense, I think it's going to be lights out from every year on after that. I think they could work in this offense like really well because I think with like the way those 2 quarterbacks work just as quarterbacks, their mobility and how they like have that pocket presence with Nick Sirianni's offense, I think it works, man. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Bryce Young, he's a little similar to Jalen, but that's still another quarterback that you have in a good offensive line, and he could be a safe quarterback.
Build another quarterback.
Bryce Young is like 5'10", bro.
Yeah,
In all honesty, he's a small dude, and we got a
Bryce
big.
Young has to put some height on, though, my guy. And
Yeah,
honestly,
but what about
let's just be
Stroud?
real here about one thing. Howie Roseman, all right? Here's the thing about Howie Roseman. When it comes to making moves, Howie Roseman is good at trading. He's not good at drafting.
yeah.
I agree.
Man.
This is
That's
why
all-
I'm saying that Howie Roseman has to hit on these picks. He has to.
He's
Like you said, you can shake and move how you want to, but in all reality, you got to hit on these picks. Like
Yep.
you got to.
That's what I was.
How we can judge
And
how
he cannot be a quarterback. Build around Jalen. Build up this defense.
And
I don't
Trey,
care how many guys we have on this defense. Build up around Jalen and build up on this defense.
Trey, it just works for us because like
Yeah.
this offense, like this year, it might be different, but our conference isn't that good, and the Saints' schedule was really hard. So we have we basically have a top 10 pick because the Saints' schedule, it has a lot
they
of
about to
really
get
good
smacked.
teams next year, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. So we get a first round pick next year and another pick.
But I don't see a rookie coming in here and taking us over the top for in the next 2 years. So, I mean, I really would rather rock with Jalen on some real keeping it G stuff. If we can't get like a top 5, top 10 quarterback, I want to stick with Jalen because none of these rookies gonna come. We're gonna be singing the same tune next year and the year after that. All right. Now let's build up. Let's build up around this dude. Let's build up around. Why we can't build up around the dude we got and just rock out with him?
Thank you,
But
one trash.
My thing is
that's
this,
what we're
because
banking on, though.
we're always so quick to say, you know, and I get it. How he can't draft, how he can't do this and that. But when we've actually given him this opportunity, right? Let's look at last year. It's a what have you done for me lately? How was our first and second round pick last year? I think Devontae Smith, I think that was a great pickup.
Yeah.
I think Landon Dickerson, great pickup. So Howie is finding a way to get better. I got to respect him for that. So again, hey, listen, having 2 first-round picks ain't no guarantee that we can hit on these things, but I at least like the way that, you know, Howie's approaching it, I could say. Because we actually are having people around Howie now that are helping him with this draft. And we all know he's a good trade, you know, finesse artist. All of our first-round picks this year, neither one of them belong to us. One belongs from the Dolphins and one's from the Saints. So, again, love the trade aspect with Howie. And we just need to give him an opportunity this year. He ain't did nothing from last year to say, hey, he butchered the draft in the first couple rounds. I don't expect that to happen this year. So that's what I ride on, and hopefully we get it done. We cannot botch this draft.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you. And here's the thing. Howie Roseman may have done it in the year of the 2021 NFL draft, but can Howie Roseman continue to do this consistently, though? That is what you have to see if you're going to earn your new contract that you got for 3 more years.
And my thing is, let me
you need
respond.
to be consistent and do the same thing every single year. Draft for need. Stop drafting the quarterback. Don't draft positions we do not need.
Exactly. Here's my thing too. 'Cause I hear what Trey's saying about letting Bryce. Because I hear what you're saying, Trey, about if we get Bryce Young, if we get CJ, we're rebuilding. I get what you're saying because it got me thinking. Because while y'all was talking, I went on my laptop, saluted my family, hooked me up. I got my laptop, and I'm looking at the 2023 opponents. Well, I'm not even going to talk about our division, because we already know that. It's Arizona Cardinals, LA Rams, San Francisco 49ers.
Basically, we play the whole NFC West.
Yeah. And you also played the whole AFC East. You got the Buffalo Bills, the New York
Jets, Dolphins.
Yep. And then you got somebody from the NFC North and the NFC South. We'll find out after the season. So
NFC North, just bold prediction. I feel like NFC North could probably be like I feel like that could be the Vikings, to be honest.
What you were saying, Sly?
Who said we were rebuilding with CJ Stroud or Bryce Young?
No. Because Trey said
you rebuilding, bro. I promise you.
No quarterbacks ball out the first year, so.
But our team would be set up for him to do well.
No, it's not a setup thing.
Why
it's a knowledge
do you want
thing.
to go back
Quarterbacks
with
just
a
don't come in
younger
and be able to
quarterback?
lead.
I'm not
They
saying I do. I want Jalen Hurts to succeed, but
Jalen Hurts has the experience in the league, my guy. How many years of experience does Jalen Hurts have? Over 1 year. How many experience in the NFL does Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or Tyler Van Dyke have? This is your number right here. And what Trey Rock is saying the same exact thing. The NFL is a different league than college football, my guy.
I get that, but what does it mean? What does it prove? I'm saying when you get a quarterback like CJ Stroud and Van Dyke, we've been screaming for this. If Hurts is not the quarterback that we want under center and isn't the right quarterback for our franchise, why would we go get a quarterback in the draft, and why would we trade all of these picks to get up to next year's pick if we know the Saints have a hard schedule? We would want to go get a quarterback, right? And our team is literally set up next year. That's what we're thinking.
But the team not set up though.
Yeah, we're not set up yet.
You're not understanding. We not. You gonna bring this dude here to the same. You gonna bring him here to the same situation. You got Jalen Hurts in, no weapons, and you think he just gonna strive this off the bat like that? Come on, big play.
No,
that's a dream.
To go get a quarterback next year, you might as well just give up the next 2 years of being a fan. You know, this year and next year, say we don't care what our team does. We're just gonna go watch them and see what happens.
We just gonna watch and support. We're gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Come on, bro.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying by next year we should be a set up team.
But you're still bringing a rookie in. It don't matter how set up you are. It's gonna be a waste of talent.
All right, because I agree with you guys on this. We talking to Eagles Nation. We talking about Eagles Nation. We talking the city that me and Trey Rock lives. We're not a patient fan base. We're really we want to win. We want to beat the snot out of our division. We want to win the conference, and we want to hold the Lombardi. We are not a patient city. When Nick Foles won that Super Bowl, we was like, hallelujah. We begged Carson Wentz to do something. Got hit in the head, and got swept by Washington. Well, almost got swept by Washington. We're not a patient fan base. So yes, I get it. I get what you're saying, Sled, because we're gonna have the offensive line, we're gonna have the defensive line. Will Jason Kelce come back in 2023? Will Lane Johnson come back? What about Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham? Big play Sled. He's getting older. Do we really know if any of our veterans are coming back? Do we know?
That's why you have draft picks for this year.
Yeah.
But now you still rebuilding though. Big play. That's what you're not understanding, bro. You still rebuilding. Even if those dudes do leave, you bringing young guys in out of the draft. You still rebuilding. They still got to learn the NFL and all that. So bringing the CJ Stroud into a team that you say might be already built up. We don't really have that many dogs on this team, bro. We're not the St. Louis Rams. I mean, the LA Rams. You're not gonna get Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes makes any receiver way better, no matter who he has on his roster. Bro, we don't have that kind of talent right now. So bringing in CJ Stroud and you basically rebuilding. Because all of dudes gonna be leaving. That whole wave is gonna wash out. Boom. Now you're gonna have all young guys in here that gotta learn the NFL. So the best thing you can do is stick with Jalen right now. That's the best scenario I see.
And also, let me add something too. This is a great opportunity for the Philadelphia Eagles because next year, San Francisco is going to get better. Arizona is going to get better. The Dallas Cowboys are going to wake up sooner or later. Green Bay is going to get better with a new wide receiver. The Minnesota, the NFC is not going to be weak next year. Let's get it. Let's be real. This is your one and only chance to do something because next year, Justin Fields is going to have a year. Trey Lance is going to have a year. The Detroit Lions are going to step up sooner or later, not be bad. The Dallas Cowboys are going to wake up.
A really good quarterback in the AFC, even though that doesn't relate to the NFC, but still.
I'm trying to say this is your one opportunity to strike against a weak NFC because they ain't going to be weak next year. Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
I mean, if those players pan out,
Right, exactly.
I know. I'm just saying.
And the Eagles are not one quarterback away from being a contender. How many more times do I have to come on this panel and start begging and saying that the Philadelphia Eagles are not one quarterback away from being a contender? How many more times do I have to come on any panel and say it?
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
you're so right though.
What I'm saying is,
Shut up and stop saying that you are one quarterback away from someone everything.
Because I haven't heard from
I'm
no.
just saying, as soon as we hit that reset button, we're gonna be back on this same, definitely this same insanity path that we're on right now. Because as soon as our new quarterback develops, we're gonna have other players that's gonna be walking up out of here that we're gonna have to figure out this and who we gonna draft for that year. So again, look. I'm still on the board of train. I get it. I know a lot of people, still ain't buying the Jalen Hurts Kool-Aid, but honestly, it's the best situation that we have right now. Bringing in a rookie quarterback right now, that's the reset button. Once we hit that, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, that's the rebuild. Once you get that, because again, it's all about a revolving door in this league, because we're gonna be in the same exact position. Once this new quarterback learns and develops whatever the talent is. 3 years from now, we're going to be losing other players. So it is what it is. Again, Jalen Hurts, we need to find out the answer this year. And if it ain't working, we need to address it next year. That's all I'm saying.
And the smartest thing is to be able to keep him for the next 2 years without having to give him a new contract. Just keep building on these picks. He got picks for the next 2 drafts. If Jalen is that dude, we don't have to get a quarterback. That means you got 2 firsts next year to add to the team. And then you also got 2 seconds the year after that to add to the team. So that's going to be adding some nice talent to our roster anyway.
But that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough asking the dude to play out this year, and he do start cooking, and then you come to the table next year. Oh, we're gonna make you play out your neck. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough, bro. So, in all reality, this is the year he's gonna have to prove he can get the money. You get me? He's gonna have to prove he can get the money because that next year really an outlier. Now, if this dude come out and he ball out the whole season and get hurt at the end of the season, his agent and them coming to the table like, I mean, his first true year of starting, he took y'all to the playoffs. He threw for over 3,100 yards. He had over 10 rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, this is the year for real, to be honest.
All I'm saying is, bro, if he has another 16 touchdown year, and that's his passing, I'm saying, if he has another 16 passing touchdown type of year, I don't want him here. I'm taking a quarterback next year, and I'm not saying a quarterback will completely change the landscape of this team because I want Hurts to succeed. I don't want to go get a quarterback. I want my quarterback to succeed in the team that we built for him. But if he has another average season and we lose in the first round again to a team like the Bucks or the Rams, or let's even say the Cardinals, I'm just done. I can't take that. I don't want those 2 back-to-back years where I'm having to rely on Hurts and he's not showing me anything. Like 16 touchdowns passing isn't gonna prove anything. Like he has upside and talent, but there's quarterbacks in next year's class that I feel like can maximize that team to another level in like 2 years.
But like
you guys don't look at 16.
Big play though. That's not fair at all, though. Big play. Like that's not fair at all. Because Jalen could throw 16 touchdowns and we make the playoffs again. It's like, come on, like that's not fair. It's like you do what you need to do as a quarterback to win. All the stats don't really matter all like that. So, and if he gets to the playoffs and he loses to one of those teams, he lost to one of those teams. Like it happens. Every quarterback,
it's been a team effort.
Matthew Stafford been in the league for 12 years. The dude went to the playoffs like twice. That don't determine a quarterback. Like we want the hot thing right now, and that's what's wrong with Philadelphia. We don't never let nobody develop at all. We don't never let nobody develop.
I want him to develop.
And if he only had 16 touchdowns,
put it up there, mad impatient.
I want him to develop. I'm not saying I don't.
He had 26 touchdowns his first year.
16.
Go ahead, Clay. Make your case.
He has 16 touchdowns passing. I'm not saying rushing. You can have rushing. A lot of players have rushing touchdowns in this league. Do you think
not a lot of quarterbacks?
You would win MVP every year if you added his rushing touchdowns in it? Like, what do you mean? Like,
but not a lot of quarterbacks have rushing touchdowns, so that is an extra dynamic to his game that a lot of quarterbacks don't have. All your pocket passers.
Come on in here, coach. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, coach?
Like I said, again, I just want to win football games, man. I just want to win some games. But again, like I say, I'm not. I mean, you do what you have to do to win as a quarterback. I just want to see Jalen Hurts improve in the pocket more. I don't care about the rushing touchdowns as much. When it comes into a difficult game and in the playoff series, people are going to take that away like they did Lamar Jackson. They're going to completely take that away from him. I want to see him improve in the pocket and standing in the pocket, make a play with his arm when we need him to make a play with his arm. Lamar Jackson couldn't do it the last couple of times in the playoffs, and I don't want to have to come down for Jalen Hurts to not do that. I just want him to prove in the pocket, not so sold on. I know he has great playmaking ability out of the pocket, but when it gets to a big game that we desperately need, he's going to have to prove that he can use that arm to find a wide receiver. So, again, like I say, I'm focusing on 2022 season, not 2023. I just want to see this team improve. That's all I want to see.
Dante speaking facts, bro.
Great facts. And real quick, I just wanted to harp on that real quick because we all know it's all about wins and losses. This ain't about no stats. I don't need Jalen Hurts. I mean, Matt Ryan was throwing, I don't know how many seasons he didn't throw for over 4,000 plus yards, but can't get this team over the hump because, again, hey, it is what it is in Atlanta. They just a destruction right now. But at the same time, I don't care about the stats. I want the wins. And if those wins come in the matter of him running the ball, cool. Give me my wins that way too. But at the same time, look, just redrafting, getting a whole nother quarterback up in here. Again, I just don't think that's in the best interest of
That's
the
what
team
I-
right
yeah,
now.
that's what
I'm in the present. We need to handle this business of what roster we got right now. And
Right.
hey, look, we got to see how it all falls together. Because again, there's no way you can convince me that there's a true ready quarterback coming out right now that's going to give us a better advantage than what Jalen's going to do right now. So,
And not even that though. If CJ Stroud or Bryce Young and them really ball out like how they supposed to, them dudes is going high up in the draft. So them 2 first-round draft picks meant nothing. All you're doing is using them to get up to go grab one of them. And you're not really helping your team because he's going to be a rookie. It's a rookie. Like, so, I mean, it all depends on what y'all prioritizing. I want to win now. I'm not even going to lie.
Facts.
I
This
want to
year-
win now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
say it
want to
like
win this
this.
year. I want to win
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
I don't want to go another 3-4 years and then I think he's ready now. No, I want to win now. And
Yeah.
I feel like Jalen Hurts give us the best chance to win right now.
Exactly. I want a win now. This is your best opportunity to compete in this conference. Your best opportunity. You ain't gonna get it any other year. You ain't gonna get this opportunity where almost everybody in the conference is either got a new coach, new quarterback, or is at the bottom of the heat, a la New York Giants. You're not gonna have an opportunity where the NFC East is either bad, laughable, or blowing up their organization. You're not getting this opportunity ever. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So this is Jalen Hurts. I want to win because you're not getting this opportunity ever again. You're not. You're not. Justin Fields going to learn something. Trey Lance is going to learn something. The Detroit Lions ain't going to be as bad as you think. The Dallas Cowboys are still going to be the Dallas Cowboys, but they'll be talking about whatever. The point is, you're not going to have this opportunity again. So I need this team to step up in the worst freaking way. You're not getting another opportunity like that. You got the Buffalo Bills next year, for crying out loud. You got the Buffalo Bills. You better step up this year.
But Chris, hold on.
I see you real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say win now. This team has more holes than Swiss cheese. But that listen, when you look at the NFC East, I mean the rest of the league is looking like grated Parmesan cheese. So I mean, I think we could at least win this division, and that's where it's really gonna start. So yeah, I know we got holes. I think everybody on this, knows that the Eagles have these holes. And again, I think some of us believe that a quarterback may fix it. I'm not on that train right now, but it at least starts with this division. And even with the holes we got, hey, we can win this division. That's how I feel.
I don't even feel like we have a lot of holes though. It's like
as many people make it seem to be.
The New York Giants got holes. The Washington Commanders got holes. I'm sorry, Trey. The Dallas Cowboys got holes. Detroit Lions got holes. Saints got holes.
I don't feel like we have a lot of holes to fill though. That's the thing. I mean, we had a solid, like, our team wasn't horrible last year. I mean, I guess to like Philadelphia Eagles fan standards, it was horrible. But our team wasn't horrible last year. It was not horrible. It was like, I mean, some stuff we changed, we had to change, and we changed it. We got 2 solid linebackers. Our linebacker core was horrible. I mean, we got to probably get a few more DBs in here that can play some football. But other than that, maybe another wide receiver. But other than that, we don't have super holes to fill. Like, it's like nobody's gonna beat the LA Rams. Nobody is gonna beat them. They didn't board in stars at every position, and they spent the money. They had the assets to do it. I mean, and they did it. But every team is not gonna be like that. Look at the Cincinnati Bengals. They had a lot of holes, and they made it to the Super Bowl. They kind of patchworked them. They didn't even bring in like no stars or nothing on defense. They patchworked that whole defense. And they made the Super Bowl. You could do it any kind of way. I don't understand Philadelphia Eagles fans. It pissed me off, bro. It really pissed me off.
And in reality, there's no perfect team in the league anyway.
There's no perfect team.
Look at
your conference. Look at the division. It's not.
I want
to wide open. The whole division is wide open.
Like I want to kind of back one Trey Rock on the Cincinnati idea, but like to say that like I say last year we kind of overachieved. It was supposed to have been a rebuilding year, so all of us now this becomes the one year is vulnerable to win the NFC East. This the year the Eagles need to capitalize.
That's what I'm saying.
Overachieve.
Facts.
What type of fan base doesn't want this team to get better? After you done made the playoffs, that shows you don't need much to get back. You don't need much to get back. And on the Cincinnati thing, they made it. They got Joe Burrow weapons. They knew they needed an offensive line in the offseason, and that's exactly what they went out and got on the offensive line. The Dolphins knew they needed an offensive line. They went out and got offensive line help, and they got receiver help for their quarterback. So there's no excuses why Tua shouldn't succeed this year. There's no excuses why he should succeed. The Raiders, they needed a receiver. They went out there. They got better with Devontae Adams. So that's the same thing for this Eagles team. We did overachieve and make the playoffs. Now it's all about getting to that next step and making our quarterback better, getting them some weapons, getting them whatever. It ain't many holes, but getting them whatever receiver we need, what he needs to get, that we feel free that's best out there, or on the defensive side of the ball if needed. But I want to make the playoffs this year. We already made it last year. We overachieved. I want to get better and go to that second round, to that NFC Championship, to that Super Bowl. We built to win right now. We are built to win right now due to the fact that we overachieved last year. That's showing we do not need much to actually make a playoff push. And right now, that means I don't want to go into another 9-8 season onto an 8-9 seed. That's no progress at all. But that's backing up one Trey Rock. That the Cincinnati Bengals knew they needed offensive line help after the Super Bowl. They made it perfectly clear they're going to get an offensive line. That's what they did. That's what the Dolphins did. And the Eagles do, them overachieving. Hey, it's playoff time. It's winning time. The NFC East, the NFC as a whole is weaker. They're vulnerable. It's time for the Eagles to capitalize. Now, this is pretty much the biggest year right now. If it's time to capitalize and go out and get it, the Eagles got to go out and get. This is the year the Eagles got to go out and get it.
Right.
Yep, Max.
I agree with that.
Well, first off, Philly Notion, I saw you at WrestleMania, bro.
Hey, man, you don't have to cross it off the bucket list, bro. You already know. What's
Yo,
good, MK?
I mean, dude, Elias is back. Elias just came back tonight, so there's that. But
Indeed.
I like this move. I did. Slay knows, Dante knows. I like this move. I do. Because you gotta save money, right? That's the most important thing. To save money, and there was no way we were gonna pay 3 first-round picks. There was no way, in my opinion. So to spread it out and fleece the Saints right away, dude, take my money. I'm sold. When I was at work and I got the alert, I'm like, dude, I started freaking out. I had to go out in the hallway, and I'm like, what did we do? And then I was like, okay, we did this and that and third. How we did something right? He fleeced 2 teams. Give me my money, man.
Let me ask y'all this. And this is specifically towards Trey and Dante, because this year, right, we want to win. What 2 players are we drafting in the first round this year? What do y'all want?
Go ahead,
Okay.
Dante.
It depends on if you get a receiver in this offseason. But if you don't, you got no choice but to get one in the draft. You got no choice but to actually go to the draft and get one. And I feel like a bigger body in Treylon Burks that we can get in the draft. That we can get, and then a line. I wouldn't be surprised we get another linebacker at some point in the draft in the first round. So again, so like I say, this is a winning year for us. This could be easily a winning year for us due to the fact that that we was already a playoff team last year. So a lot of people expect us for 4 wins this year. You're definitely going to need that weapon to help Jalen Hurts out. I know it's going to be like Jalen Smith, going to be like Smith from last year, draft going back to another rookie. But what choice do you have if you can't make another move? What choice do you have if you can't make another move? You got no choice but to go in the draft and get another wide receiver. And I would just focus on another. I don't think Son Reddick or Zamir White will draw me off from getting a linebacker. I think that's still going to look heavily in the draft for a linebacker in the draft.
Dean?
Right.
So has it changed real quick? And just that note, I want to hear Trey on this too. I just want to hear real quick from Dante. Does this change the order of our pick? Do we now have to go high for this wide receiver? Do we have to get him in the first round, second round? Because we We only got 3 picks now. So, or we only got what? Yeah.
No,
3
we got
picks in the
2.
first-
We got 2 in the
two
first
in the
round.
first. But what? Do we only got 1 second round pick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we only got 3 in the first 2 rounds. So do we need to go high with it? I mean, do we get another first round wide receiver this year?
If you don't get one in free agency, I say yes, you can get one in the first round. I say yes, Treylon Burks will be there, probably be there. Or not, you can if you go defense twice, second round you can go get your another receiver, like a George Pickens, Christian Watson. It's still gonna be receivers.
I'm not doing that. I
Second
can't
round.
take 2 receivers in 2 rounds.
No, I'm not saying take 2 if you want to go defense twice.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying if you want to do that twice, go in the second round, get you a receiver like a Christian Watson or a George Pickens who runs a 4.4, who's a big tight body receiver,
Right.
and he's fast and catch the 50-50 ball.
That's my favorite receiver in the
Yeah,
draft.
so, like you can go either way. You can
But
go
that's
either.
more potential than technique, though. I'm saying because Burks, I love Burks, man. I think
I love Burks too. That's why I say Burks. You can easily go him in the first round. If you don't feel like going defense twice, go Burks in the first round. Get Burks in the first round. A playmaking type body, a bigger body, football speed. He has on the field speed. He doesn't have the best individual speed, but it will help. But I like in the second round, George Pickens. That's my guy, bro. That guy before he tore his ACL up, that guy could probably be one of the top
receiver in the draft, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe one
going
of the top
Dean.
receivers in the draft. He didn't
I'm going
tear
Dean
his
with that
ACL.
first pick, bro. I have to go Dean, man. I gotta.
See, that's the thing. We all sitting here talking about we need to give Jalen Hurts weapons in this, but we know we got defense we got to take care of also. So I'm just saying, again, I think it does kind of change the situation a little bit. If there is a top tier wide receiver available out there early, we need to go get that. Because again, we need to put weapons around Jalen Hurts.
That's the only notion, though, if you don't get a receiver coming up, a big splash coming up this offseason. That's only if you don't do it. Now, you got to get a receiver in the draft. If you don't get nothing else as a receiver-wise, you got to get one in the draft. You have pretty much no choice.
Who you want? Time.
Let me just say this real quick. The last time we drafted a linebacker was back in 79. So that kind of scares me a little bit because are we actually going to go out and get a linebacker? And about this wide receiver thing, do you really think Howie Roseman's going to say he's wrong and grab another wide receiver?
Absolutely, he's going to take a receiver.
I really don't think so. He's a stubborn son of a bitch. And I don't think he's going to grab another wide receiver. He's going to have Rager be there and Whiteside be there for the blocking.
But if there's no X, you have to go receiver. You kind of have to.
That's common sense, but we're talking about Howie Roseman here.
He just
But Howie's not
the
scared
hell
to
out
pick
of the
receivers.
Saints. Like
He's done it over and over again.
Done it. Were they
That's not a
right?
position he's
Were they
scared to
right?
take.
Were they right?
Devontae was right. Rhaegar, we'll see. JJ, don't get me started.
I thought you liked Rager, man. I thought you liked Rager.
I like Rhaegar. I just want him to step up. Step up. That's all I want.
I feel
Step
like
up.
if we don't get another receiver by the time to draft, we're definitely going to probably go DT. If you look at the holes we didn't fill, we got an end/linebacker. We got a linebacker, so you kind of got 2 new linebackers. One's a /end, plus we re-signed Barnett, so we got like 4 ends there, and then you got a receiver in Pascal. So I really think if this is the mode we're going into the draft with, we're gonna go get a guy like Jordan Davis at defensive tackle to replace Fletch the next year, and then go get a receiver.
I strongly believe we're going defensive tackle. I strongly believe that.
In the first round, though,
yes, I strongly believe that.
A need. I get that it's a need, but we really need a linebacker in the defensive end and a receiver too.
I don't even feel like
we don't really need defensive end that much anymore.
I don't even feel like D tackle would need, to be honest. It's like
that's what I'm saying, Trey.
That's a future need.
That's
what
not
I'm
even,
saying.
I wouldn't
Honestly,
mind
Jordan
taking
Davis.
one this year. I would not be mad if we took one.
It's not even a future need though, because if you
What have
look
we
at
done
it,
on offense to address our offensive needs to make Jalen Hurts better at this point?
Facts.
What have we done?
right,
What have we done? Pascal?
nothing.
Yeah,
That's nothing.
That is
Here's
it.
my thing. Here's my thing. Because we need to find out. And by the way, shout out to all you guys that's watching. We're an hour 56 minutes. Man, salute to all you guys for rock with us. We'll keep rocking until we can't rock no more. I know no shoe, you got things to do, but hey, we'll rock until we can't rock no more. But that, I know no. I get it. But
Hey, this is a, again, we need to have these conversations because, again, we all know right now the ultimate goal for this team is we want to win something. But one thing we ain't going to do is sit up here and, act like, we trying to do all these things to make Jalen Hurts better. And, I get addressing the defense is a priority also. But from what I've seen so far, all of our attention or any moves that we've made has been to address the defense. We need to address this offense also, and we need another wide receiver up in here. That's all I'm saying. And I ain't going to be shocked. If coming the first round, we're picking another wide receiver this year.
Outside of Pascal, you really don't. You got the same squad, same offense. Outside of Pascal, you actually got the same offense. So, like I said, I think as receiver, we definitely need to get a receiver. That's a big kind of need for us on the offensive side of the ball for a receiver. We definitely need to address that position.
Right, and we can go defensive.
Okay, then I got a question for you guys. We're going to talk about it. Because we hear Nick Sirianni, we hear Howie Roseman, and I was going to ask you guys about this. Thank God we're, almost at the 2-hour mark, so I could say this. Nick Sirianni, Howie Roseman, and even Jeffrey Lurie all said we are committed to Jalen Hurts. With the all free agency that you've seen right now, do y'all really believe that they're really committed to this guy? No. Yes or no?
No.
No, shit, you go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell me your reason.
I think that they definitely they have no choice but to trust Jalen Hurts this year. Do I think they believe in him long term? I don't think that they are fully sold on him. Otherwise, I think we would have kept all 3 of our draft picks, and we probably would have been doing more to try to build just the overall core of this team. But I don't think that they're fully sold because we have a backup plan now. We have a backup plan that says if Jalen Hurts fails next year, we now have resources to move up and do what we got to do. So, again, I'm just looking at this as a whole right now. Jalen Hurts technically only has this year. So if we're doing everything we can to try to put talent around Jalen Hurts, it has to be this year. We can't be sitting here waiting, stringing this down the line and, trying to hope to get these developmental wide receiver prospects in the 3rd and 4th round. No, that makes no sense. If we're going to try to believe in Jalen and instill this trust in him, we need to go ahead and do it this year because next year is not promised for Jalen. That's all I'm saying.
Trey?
I mean, from the moves we just made, I don't feel like they really 100% fully trust and believe in him. I mean, I feel like they're going to give him a shot, give him a chance because what else can you do? Who else you got? But, I mean, I don't feel like they 100% believe in him. And like I said, I don't want to go the rookie quarterback route either because now we're going to be waiting another 2 to 3 years for this dude to develop. So, I mean, like Notion said, we really haven't done anything to help this dude out. And it's like, I mean, was that purposely? Is they gonna go out on their sword? Like, all right, you gotta make whatever have you gotta make it work with this team. I mean, and then we're gonna move on from there. I don't like that though. I mean, the Dolphins basically just gave up Devontae Parker for nothing. We didn't even make a run at this dude, man. It's like, damn, like it's all the talent gone now. Unless you're gonna trade for like a DK Metcalf or somebody like that. All the talent and the real talent in free agency is gone. Now you picking up dudes off the street for real. So, I mean that's really how the Philadelphia Eagles operate. Because if you think about it, when the last time we had like a top tier wide receiver, I mean that besides like T.O. and then you got the Deshaun Jacksons and Jeremy Maclins that was in like the middle of it, but they wasn't like that. I mean, but the last really, really, really talented receiver we had was Terrell Owens. Philadelphia Eagles never go after big names, especially on the offensive side. So, I mean, it's just like a tradition, and I feel like we need to break that tradition, man, to be honest.
Yep, Mitch?
This is the time that Jalen Hurts has to put it up, back it up. This is the time where Jalen Hurts has to shut up these haters. He's got to put everything in this bag. If he messes up and we don't do better than 9-8, Jalen Hurts is gone. I hate to say that if we don't go better than 9-8, Jalen Hurts is gone. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just like at the end of the day, it's a security blanket. It's a security blanket. So that's how I feel. And not every Eagles fan is happy. Eagles champ went live for 4 hours yelling. So I'm just like, dude, I can't stand this guy. But seriously, I like this move. I do. I'm not a big Jalen Hurts guy. Cool Cat, how many times have I said this?
Multiple times on Cool Cat Mitch every Sunday, 1:00.
You got it. You got it. Good plug. But yeah, I'm just one of those guys that's like, if we get a chance to upgrade, I'm there for it. But to me, we got a security blanket. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yep. Before I go
One
to
second, no, Cool Cat.
Yep.
Before, I mean, even fixing this defense buy you 2 wins. I ain't even gonna hold you. Fixing this defense up to like respectable and buy you 2 more wins. So I feel like the Eagles can really get to that 11-win season. To be honest, looking at the schedule and the teams we play, even in the NFC, I feel like we could get those 2 wins. Just fixing our defense. It's not even really a Jalen Hurts type problem. I mean, our defense lost a lot of games for us last year too. It wasn't just Jalen Hurts. It was a team effort. Them 8 losses was a
I got the
team
schedule
effort.
right here. Bring it up.
Them 8 losses was a team effort.
Can someone pull it up? There we go. So
thank you, Mitch.
No problem. It's on my desktop because I knew I was going to have it. So
You're the best, man.
I like this. I can
This
easily
schedule
see
just
it 10 or 11.
look candy.
I mean, again, I'm done with the candy talk, bro, but it's favorable. It is favorable, bro. Like these are games. If you were definitely going to give yourself a push to at least make the playoffs and go for a run, this is a favorable schedule. We got to take care of this business. And if we ain't taking care of the teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars, who else we got on there? Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay. Oh my gosh, the Vikings, the Saints. Oh yeah, we better handle this business.
Texans, the Lions.
Half of these teams don't even got quarterbacks.
That's what I'm saying, Trey. That's what I'm saying.
Half of these teams don't. The Steelers don't got a quarterback. Saints don't got a quarterback. Jaguars, they probably be a little respectable just because Dougie P. The Texans don't have a quarterback. Arizona gonna be Arizona. The Colts don't have a quarterback.
Yes, they do. They got Matt Ryan.
Oh my gosh.
The Colts don't have a
quarterback.
What you saying about that?
They just acquired Matt Ryan. That's
the
their
Colts don't have a quarterback. Big place.
What you saying, Bergman?
They just got their quarterback though.
But don't we kick Matt Ryan butt every time we play him?
Yeah.
Every time we kick his butt.
Don't worry about Matt Ryan.
Hey, Big Play, you just like all them yards and Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. Matt Ryan will chuck the ball out there, but he's gonna chuck out some interceptions and he's gonna chuck out some mistakes too.
Bro, his team is trash, bro. His team was trash with Atlanta, man. They had Julio and Calvin Ridley, but what do they have on the defensive side?
Who they got now, bro? I mean, yeah, they got Pittman and who else? Who else you got on the Colts?
Well, look at their
nobody.
Defense. They had a top 10 defense last
year. They got Jonathan Taylor. That's about it.
Tell me the Colts this year will be better than the Carson Wentz Colts. You played them twice last year as a Texas fan.
I don't even think that's the case, honestly, Slave. If you ask me, I don't think they're gonna have a big as a year.
I mean, their defense is legit. Their defense is actually good. The Colts.
The defense was the reason they was losing all them games at the beginning.
No, not really. Not really. Their defense was top 10 in defense. The only time that defense let up was against the Jaguars, actually.
Go back and look, Dante. Go back and look.
I go back on them.
They was in shootouts every week.
Not every week.
They was in shootouts every week.
They wasn't that good of a scoring
team.
So
Lamar Jackson ain't put up a 40-piece on him.
Lamar Jackson put up a 40-piece on him, but that defense was actually solid last year.
They was getting killed through the air. The first 6 games, they was the worst team, passing team in the NFL. Passing defense in the NFL
last year. They were legit top 10 defense last year. That defense wasn't that bad.
The Colts had like 20. Look, what did they
I
have?
would love to talk about the schedule of we're past 2 hours and Bird Game look at me like, if you don't hurry the heck up.
But I like it, man. I hear what you guys are saying.
Oh man, Trey, I love Trey Mine, man. I always pick that brain.
They was getting killed through the. I remember watching the
Go ahead,
game.
finish up, dog. I'm sorry, Bird Game. I'm sorry.
They was getting murdered through the air. Rams murdered them through the air. Lamar Jackson put up like 400
right there.
passing yards on these dudes.
Bird Game, you okay?
They was getting slayed.
Trey Rock is trying to tell y'all the Colts defense is overrated. That's just what it is.
I mean, they gonna be over. They may be overrated, but I see the top 10 defense. I'm not going by like 30 or 40 plus games. They don't make a bad defense.
It was like 6
It doesn't
games
make a
straight
bad
though.
defense.
So that the Cowboys think they had a great defense. And
They didn't have a great defense either. Cowboys didn't have no great defense.
I don't feel
And
like
with
Matt
that,
Ryan-
like,
I don't feel
and
like
with
Matt
that,
Ryan made them no better, to be honest. It's like you basically put Phillip Rivers back there, a trashy version of Phillip Rivers back there.
But I think Phillip Rivers won more games, didn't he?
Hold on. They held the Bills to 15 points. That team scored about 47 points against the Patriots.
The Jaguars held them to 6 points. What that
Okay,
mean?
that's
It's any
the
given
Jags.
week.
What that mean?
Bro, the Jags literally beat them though. So like the Jags are like unrealistic. You don't know what you're gonna get with them. They beat
Jags was getting murdered all year, bro. They had like 2 good games.
The Colts destroyed the Bills though. Like they put 31 points on their head. They put 31 and they held them to 15. That I was like, I don't know what you want. They just got a better quarterback.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we gonna see. I see you still believing in the Matt Ryan, laundry detergent, but you gonna learn this year, Slay. You gonna learn this year, bro.
we will talk about more about Matt Ryan next week on the off-season call-in as we count down the NFL draft, because we passed 2 hours. We all tired. We're all exhausted, and Matt Ryan stuff got to stop. So before we get any further on Matt Ryan, my goodness, I am your boy. Thanks to Dante, Slay, Bird Game, Mitchie for showing up here today with your boy, Mizzy Miz Cool Cat Con, you two represent the Birds. Trigger Trey, the ladies man, Bird Game 31. Yeah, I said it. Mitch is gone, so it looks like Nosa Gang sent us home so we can all follow Mitch.
Y'all already know we got 24 more days and counting to this draft. So hey, we about to find out what direction, whether we gonna help Jalen Hurts out, whether we gonna build on this defense. We about to find out real soon, gang. So hey, y'all all make sure y'all have yourselves a safe and fantastic Eagles day.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hey, fly Eagles fly in this thing. Hey, gang, and until next time, y'all know what it is. Go.
Go.